All right, welcome. We are back live on Twitch, Woot, and we're a little bit reduced in numbers today, but we're going to still play anyway. We don't need that thing up there quite yet. Welcome, Twitch out there. I'm glad to be back. I was gone for about 2 weeks visiting in-laws where there was no internet, so there was no escape, and now I'm back. And we're back. We were actually back on Tuesday as well, playing a little bit of Wild Beyond Witchlight. But now we're going to be diving back into the Olivon Chronicles. I get to do a bit of a recap, but I'm also, yeah. Let's do the recap right now. We got Sky Guy here. We got Jetta here,
Hello, hello.
and it's been a hot
Hi,
second since
everybody.
we played. So, basically, where we left off. So you guys have been you've been hired by a ship called the Solaris ship, or the Solaris own the ship, I should say. Sarah and her father Bayron operate this merchant vessel, and they're very lightly crewed. It's just the two of them, so they hired you to provide a little bit of extra protection along the way. Turns out that was a good decision, as you ended up meeting upon or coming upon some barnacly covered humanoids at one point in time, trying to either trying to accost the ship, and you guys were able to repel them very quickly with advanced usage of moonbeams and such. So the as you guys carried on, though, one of the things that the ship likes to do is kind of make berth on at a random spot on the coastline to replenish their goods out by Feymond. And so you guys got a chance to get into the community of Feymond for all of about 3 hours before you found another gig that you could do while you were waiting for Bayron to finish doing all the shopping. And that gig was less monetarily inspired and more, oh dear, there's 3 children missing inspired. And the goodness in you stepped up, so you guys went to go search for these children, finding a location where they could have been. Actually, it was interesting because you guys already saw that there was some interest in the exact same location that the children were at, with some more of those barnacle covered creatures. Found a portal that would have been potentially a little bit harder to find had it not been for those creatures, um, and made your way into it. This just like a little manhole into a ship, and the ship that you went into was otherworldly. It wasn't. It did not seem to connect to this plane in any way, shape, or form. So, as you started making your way through it, you found whatever was set up in this ship was there was a lot of puzzles. There's a subscription. You're a good dude. You're just a good dude. That's all there is to it, Sky. Um, Warning signs. Then there's going to be a cannon here in just a couple of seconds. Um, the right there, yeah, it's gonna happen. The While you're in this ship, it's all very opulent. Putter felt very much at home in this place, even though it didn't really connect to the plane at all. There was puzzles to uncover in order to be able to get through different things. You had to deal with a room that was basically a hurricane inside the room. You met a mobilized or an animated urn called Urn E, and this was all happened after you had already uncovered the children. One of them having already been killed by a large lobster-like looking thing. There it is.
It's like almost 2 minutes later.
I
How can that
know it
happen?
is
You really
so
need to.
late.
Do you use
I
stream
don't.
elements or?
I do, which is why it's or no,
Dutch Dungeons just subscribed to the Windy JD&D Guild.
no, that's actually Streamlabs. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's super delayed. Oof. I don't know. I'll yell at them later. But the um okay, so you found the children, returned them to their parents, but not all 3 of them. One of them was already gone. So you decided that you were going to need to go through this place, because it was unusual and might have some sort of wealth in here, and B, because you wanted to make sure that safety was ensured. And so as you made your way through, found all of these strange puzzles. You met Ernie. You found your way into kind of lower deck of this ship, but it is not a normal ship. There's no wood. It's all metallic. It seems like it's all mechanically inspired and contraption like. You had to deal with a couple of contraption like servants after a fashion as well that were just going through motions until you tried to interrupt them, and then they were no longer going through the motions. They were trying to go through you. Of course, you made it your way through it instead. Make your way all the way through to the other side where it seems to be some sort of a captain's chamber. Um, didn't really spend much time in there. Jeddah saw a portal at the back of this chamber and just went straight in, ignored the rest of the room. And so everybody else kind of fell in as
Sick
well.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Totally classic Jeddah. And as you stepped through the portal, what you came across was this extra dimensional space that seemed to have held the remnants of a horde of a beholder that had now become zombified. And this zombified beholder also had some floating beholder-like
Kick
plants.
his ass.
You did. You totally dispatched this zombie beholder in a real hurry, as well as these. Not before, however, Jetta and Putter getting poisoned. So, Jetta used lesser restoration on herself to make sure that she was able to be okay, but ran out of spell slots, and now Putter is in not so great shape. And so that is where we are picking up. Is in this space. You've already gathered at this point in time. We're going to say you've already gathered all of the all of the things that you're going to collect from the horde. There was a couple of gems, a bunch of coins. I think we ended up listing it all in there. There was a spell scroll, some potions of healing, star sapphire, things like that. So there's quite a bit in this pile. And you guys have all gathered it up and put it into your packs now. But you're also looking to get out.
Should really get one of those bags where you can put everything in.
I know. What are they called again?
Was it a bag of belongings or something?
The bag of stuff.
Bag of stuff. Emptiness.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I think I lost my Bob voice a little bit during the break.
We gotta work it back in now.
I need to recalibrate. Because Frar is a little bit... Frar, there's a slight difference between Frar's voice and mine. His is a little bit more from the throat. This is Frar.
Yeah,
mine is more like this. I think I found back Bob this year. Yeah, there he is.
There he is. You got him back. Yeah, there you go. Frar is very much proximity to the microphones inspired. So
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Should we sack the room?
Yeah, I
the
think
portal was in.
Yeah, because those the stuff that was there that you just mentioned, they're like the 80 GP and only you corrected it to 150 GP, I think. And
yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or we even made it 160, I think, because it was easy to divide by 4.
Easy to divide, yeah.
So we made it 40 ish.
I like easy math, so we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But the whole floor was covered by coins, or was it just a map you used which was not accurate? Actually, there was a 150 on the floor.
It was actually 150 gold worth of copper.
Oh, without all copper coins. Okay, yeah. Now I understand. Okay, so the color duration.
We're gonna be those
off.
people that go
So
through
you
the
guys
bathroom and pay.
It's heavy.
We were Scrooge McDuck swimming in gold, but we're swimming in copper.
Yeah, it's the map wasn't exactly the greatest. That's I'll get past it. I've now learned that I have to actually create my own maps and not necessarily use the ones that come with the
I
adventure,
do the
so
same,
whatever.
and my players always focus on totally what they see on every crate in the corner as well.
That's right.
That's what you have to deal with if you just buy somebody's map.
That's true. That's true. It's true.
Did I already put it? I think so. I have 136. All right.
So I'm gonna throw this out at you.
I
Are you making
cannot
your way back
see.
to the portal?
No, can you see all the way to the end of the room, Jedi? Because I cannot.
Probably.
And I don't think Potter is feeling very well. What should we do about him? How are you doing, Potter? He probably throws up next to my shoes or something.
Yeah, he's not retching, but he is certainly looking really green.
Can you live for 4 hours?
How
I
how poisoned are you, Potter?
that's
Medicine
that's
check.
Go
about as
from
far as we're
1 to
going.
10.
I'll gonna throw a medicine check to determine
Yeah,
his
go for it.
condition. Oh, a 6.
I'll assist.
Oh, and
You're
then it's a
pretty
natural.
certain he's faking it.
Are you having like the man hurts? How only a man can have them.
He's coughing quite a bit through all this as he's. I don't know. I don't. I don't know how long I got. And he just starts walking towards the portal.
Just got a message from Dick that he's on his way.
Awesome. We'll see him here in just a second.
So the room where we entered the portal, can I just try to grab everything I can that looks valuable?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, what else do we see? I also look around before we
Sure,
go back.
we'll do 2 investigation checks.
There's no other exit. I'm more looking at other exits.
Not from this extra dimensional space. The only
Okay.
the only things that you see, the only thing you see as a way of egress is that portal.
So it's really like a little pocket dimension, basically.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
That's a 5.
Oh my.
I think we have got everything, Jenna. Let's go.
I think so too.
I'm gonna get you, Bob. I'm gonna get you to roll either perception or investigation for yourself as well.
All
We gotta
right.
get off these single-digit rolls right now. It's gonna happen.
Perception. 17.
That's a little bit better. So, what you see in this space is, it's obviously been unattended for quite some time, but there are a couple of unique things that you see. One of them being on the desk that's there. There's this circular globe. Sorry, that's not true. Flat circular contraption with a whole bunch of needles on it, and there is a map that does not appear to be of any coastline or any land formation that you're familiar with.
I think I found a map here, Jenna. Here you.
Ooh.
You want to hold on to it, maybe,
Yeah.
I don't recognize it, but...
And looking, now that you're closer to it, looking at that circular contraption with a whole bunch of needles on it, much like a compass with too many needles, a number of the needles are just spinning wildly.
Oh, and then here, there's also a device. I don't know anything about this, how this works.
See if I have detect magical.
I'm not very techy. And what's the condition of the beholder? Hey!
Hey yo!
Hi, Frau. No worries. It's good we started. We were
There
with
you go.
two, and we thought, wow, he'll probably hop in at some point.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, we good. We all good. All right, so we made our way back out of that portal space.
Oh wait. What's the condition of the beholder? The zombie beholder.
Oh, it's
Okay,
very
well,
much
you did it.
goo on the ground now.
Okay, so there's no souvenirs to be taken.
You could, I mean, you could certainly see.
Bob would be like nobody would believe us if we would.
I want its eyeball.
He would probably like an eye stack or something like an.
Wait, what about the eye that I had on my axe? Is that goo?
That is, yeah, you kind of split the eye in half. It definitely gooed around your axe. But if you want to take that goo, you could certainly do that. If you wanted to take the like an eye stalk as evidence, then I'm just gonna say, yeah, you're gonna be able to figure your way of sawing through one of those things. There isn't any extra as you'd be going through it. You wouldn't be accosted by gases or any other vapors that would cause you to be as sick as Putter. But if you get one.
Yeah, I love how
Hmm.
Potter's
I-
poison and we're getting our spoils aboard.
I would not take any goo, but I would take like an eye stack, just to dry it and keep it as
Yep.
evidence to
Interesting.
back
Okay,
back up a tail.
got it. Bob, roll for me a nature check while you're at it, then, please.
But the eye is not moving, right? After I cut it off, just to
The
be
eye is
sure that
definitely not
I'm not.
moving. No.
Just to be sure, I'm not like bringing along a zombie eye stack that still is conscient or something. Nature,
Yep.
a 5.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
It's always nice when you roll low and the DM says, "No, thank you," or something that will bite you in the ass 2 sessions later.
Has an eye
As I
stalk
note this down.
from a beholder. I'm writing this down because I know there's something that's going to be useful on that later. Okay.
Stick it in my bag.
Beauty. Okay. So, sorry, Jenna, did you cast detect magic in the space?
I don't have it. I thought I did, but I don't.
All right then. So
I
you
think
guys,
I already spoiled it.
yeah, you've already got you. It's already gone for you too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then you guys collect what all you can get from this room. Pardon me. Who's carrying most of the gold and trinkets and such that you guys got from the other space? Because there's,
Sorry,
I mean,
I do have detect magic. Wrong sheet.
oh, there you
I was looking at Dottie.
If it's what is it, 160 gold?
Yeah, you
Based
guys basically
copper
kind of split the
coins.
gold, right?
Yeah, but it's not gold, right? It's copper. You gave
Yeah.
us 150 GP worth of copper coins.
Basically, yeah.
So I would imagine that both me and Frar would be half.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it would
Who's
be
going to be
heavy.
carrying like the gems and the spell scrolls and all those kind of things?
I'll do it.
Okay, then I need you.
We should
gotta-
exchange this somewhere.
I have something here for you that I need to go through, so just bear with me here as I find it. Oh, where did it go? I have all of the notes, and they, of
Yes.
course, are so much more difficult to find everything.
1,000 coins of copper.
Where is it?
Basically.
Where is it? Oh, now I'm nervous because I can't find it. Right. I have to find this.
If it's
Is it
the
a deal?
spell scrolls we already have, I have some of them written in, I think.
No, it's something completely different. It is.
Okay.
It's with the spells are fireballs.
Oh, I think I
So
got
only
rid of it.
Potter can use that, I think.
Well, I think I put it on a different spot. So just give me 1 second as I pull up this information here because I just.
Yeah.
I totally missed something, and I should
Anna,
have.
your ruling of spell scrolls is that anybody can use them, right?
That is true. Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to have because it when a spell scroll is created by a wizard, it is not created. The sigils that are needed to operate it and the material and somatic and verbal components that are needed for it are all built into the scroll itself.
Yeah, that's
Right.
written in language that's a non-magic wizard can read.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Let me find this
That's
thing.
handy.
Oh gosh, where did it go? I'm going through so many files, and my internet is so unhappy with me at the moment. There we go. Is this the one?
What's divine favor again?
Yep, this is the one. All right. Okay. Okay, cool. No, I got a couple of moments yet here before I have to worry about that, so that's good. All right.
Maybe Frar, you should hang on to that divine favor spell.
Why?
You
I
could
don't use magic.
Well, if you don't want to use magic, but this could like imbue your weapon with extra radiant damage, extra light
The only
damage.
thing I need is raw strength.
I will remember that next time you need a healing.
Maybe we'll still keep on the healing.
All right. So basically, just to be sure, that means I don't have your consent to cast
You can
magic
heal
on you.
me.
Okay, just healing. So no enlarging you or making you fly or making you like hide in the shadows or
You're making this a little bit too complicated for me. We'll
All right,
stick to
so
healing for now.
I'll ask.
so you collect all these things and you start. Are you guys just going to try and start making your way out of this space?
I think so. Yeah,
I've-
maybe.
weren't we thinking of making this like our lair or something? Isn't it like a boat, a submarine or something?
Or what?
I will give give one of you guys a chance to do one last thing to try and figure out how this machine would work. How this
We thought we found engines, right?
you'd found some engines for sure, but not necessarily anything that would power them per se. Or maybe you did. Roll me I'm gonna go for either a religion or an arcana check.
But there were not any buttons around. I've never seen any buttons because if
Nope.
there's buttons, Bob pushes the buttons. So. No livers or I can remember there was like
There was lots of levers and there was lots of
Yeah.
and
this room in
meters
front
and
of us, right?
scales and so on and so forth. Things that you could open, things that you could close. Yeah,
And there was
that's
like
the-
fire, which like
something was producing little small bursts of flame. But the creatures that were managing that are no longer there.
shouldn't we like shut it down or something? Far, why don't you smash this? And I point at the the big cylinder here where like red liquid is flowing through or something.
This
Sure.
one.
Maybe I'll break it.
All right. I raise my axe and I swing
All
at
right.
it.
Roll for me an attack then.
Twitch is not seeing the map, by the way. I don't know.
Oh my god.
7.
Come on.
Yeah, you go to swing this axe at it. I'm so glad we got we're getting all these single digits out of the way. You go to smack it, and it just the glass seems to be particularly thick or unusually created. It's your axe has not even a scratch type effect.
Or maybe we just need to like turn off the flames, and I will walk to one of the flames and go like.
What are
No
we
effect.
even doing?
I don't know. Should we leave, or should we just leave it? Should we leave the place like this, or?
Putter says, "We can always come back."
Maybe there's a point. He is dying.
Oh, he's fine.
Maybe there's some help on board of our ship.
Yeah. And I can help him in 4 hours.
4 hours. Will he be alive by then?
You look at him, and he's looking pretty worse for wear.
I think he's dying.
Yeah, I grab him,
He'll
then
be
I
fine.
lift him up, throw him over my shoulder, even
Roll
though
me
even though he complains that he is doesn't want to be carried, probably.
Roll me a strength check or an athletics check then, because you're carrying a shit ton of copper too.
Yeah, but I'm a furball.
It's a shit ton of copper.
I have my. It's just 7,000 coins. That's a lot.
Holy
Not
shit.
much. Athletics. There you go.
Oh man, imagine
Okay.
buying something and using only the copper. Like something that's
Right?
worth.
It's like
100
driving
gold.
through the coffee shop drive-through and saying, "Yes, I would like to have a large double. Here's my 7,000 copper." Okay, so you were
Can-
able to carry him it's a bit of work, and you have to get a little bit of help to lift him up to the next level up. But you guys are able to bring him and all of this horde of things out with the intention of perhaps coming back. And so as you exit this ship, you open up that port. You kind of have to go back up those stairs again, and then push Putter up the portal after one of you guys goes out first. And as you look around, it is night. Very dark night. There is no evidence. Well, I mean, if you really wanted to try and figure out what time of night it was, you'd have to probably roll me a survival check if you wanted to do that. But it is most definitely nighttime.
I've done a quick calculation for you. I think we have
Yeah.
to go a few times up and down to get all the copper up.
We would totally do it.
I know you guys would do it
probably
too.
three or four times along with Far would be enough to manage all the weight, because it's
Alright.
it's a lot. It's
And
like
the ship isn't that far
700
away.
kilo.
So you guys could easily take all this stuff. Well, not easily. You would
Yeah.
over time of the night. You could
Yeah,
you could
take
move
an
all this
extra
equipment
bit.
over to the ship if you wanted to. Is that what you would want to do?
Yes.
Okay, so
And I would talk to what's her name again? If there's like an exchange, we can exchange our coppers to
There's-
gold.
Sarah's going to say there are a number of exchanges in Claymouth where we're going. That's a lot. Yeah, you could.
You have
they
like
prefer
a
cheap
barrel for
anything.
us. You have like a barrel for us, so we can put it in a barrel.
I'll go look for you. But the exchange, Claymouth doesn't really like the other golds and coppers like these ones. They would prefer to trade it over in for their chips and nibs anyway. So you'd have to probably go to an exchange even just to use them.
We will. But if you can help us with like storing it, that'd be great.
We will use this money.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah. Whew. And just kind of starts looking around to see what she can find for you. Finds a couple of crates. They're not the greatest. You kind of have to line them to make sure the coins don't fall through them or something like that, but they're something. Are you guys
Sorry that we woke you up, by the way.
Oh no, that was my shift.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had like, what time is it? Was precisely like deep in the night? You said.
Roll me a survival check.
And I just ask her what's the time.
Oh, you're gonna ask her. I said, oh, it's in the middling of the night. It probably about 4 hours from sunrise.
Yeah, we booked rooms in the inn, but might as well just sleep in our bunks here.
He doesn't look good.
Oh yeah,
Boy.
you got like an
He's done.
Yeah.
aspirin for him or something.
Do you have a medicine kit?
I've got a medicine kit, but
I think he got poisoned.
Yeah, I won't have healing until the morning.
If surgery is required, I can open him up.
Oh God.
seriously, I don't know. You might need to go find somebody.
Okay,
Here,
we'll
I
take
have
it.
an idea. And I'm gonna say, Putter, I have one little spell left, and this could work. I think you're gonna be okay. And I'm gonna start going like humana, 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 and like place a hand on his shoulder and fake heal him.
Oh
That's
God!
like a placebo effect.
And he just looks up at you in this like he's trying to hold himself up on a crate. He's just gonna look up at you and be like, "Really?"
Okay, not well received.
We'll have to manually clean his lungs. And I draw out one of my. Do I have a knife? My axe? I draw out one of my axe. And I'll open him up. And then you.
Whoa, whoa,
turn his
whoa,
lungs
whoa,
up.
whoa.
Let's see if there's a healer in the village or something.
Good idea.
And what if, just in case there's not, I go to sleep now in my trance, and you guys carry me around, and I'll get my 4 hours.
I could like make him a soup, maybe as well. Make him better.
Oh, okay. But now that you've done that one, actually, I think I've already had you roll a nature check, haven't I? You can still. We'll just pretend this is advantage now. Go ahead, roll me another nature check.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Me too.
Make it double digits, man. That's the way.
Natural 20.
So, back in Row Room, you exclaimed how much you are prone to seasickness.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you, I have my medicine.
You do, and with this, now you know that the seasickness isn't going to be, or the herb that has been given to you isn't going to help you out with your seasickness with this kind of level of poison. But if you could get an herb that helps you out with seasickness, there's very likely an herb of some sort that's going to help out with, or at least slow the effects of poison.
You're saying herbs, but next to my seasick medicine, I also have 3 herbalism kits on me,
Okay.
and which I scavenged somewhere or I bought somewhere. I think I bought it from a store. I think, and also herbs and plants from underground. Wait, what does it say? It's long underwater hideout. Oh yeah, I also found herbs and plants down there that I brought.
Oh,
I wrote it down.
Okay, so when you found those, go ahead. You've done this natural 20, natural 20. So I'm going to say, with
And I'm a
some
chef.
of these herbs,
Just to
and you're a
remind you.
chef, kind of looking through some of these herbs, you crush a couple inside your fingers to see and kind of do a little smell. Maybe even put it a little bit up on your tongue. One of them tingles. No, that's not the right one. Get a different one out. Kind of get a smell. It smells a little bit more acetic. Yeah, if I do something with this, and you start, it's not a soup that's going to make this one work. More like a tea. And so you kind of start grinding things up and are able to create a tea. When you feed it to Putter, he kind of just in between coughs he takes a sip, and then starts like chugging it. It's like yeah, that'll help a little bit.
I think you can hold it off to till the morning now.
Yeah. Go if I lays himself prone on the ground on the deck of the ship. Doesn't even bother trying to find the quarters. Just like lays flat right there.
I'm going to go into my trance like ASAP.
Okie doke. And for
Maybe
the
you
sake
should.
of this,
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Well, I was just going to say, for the sake of the storyline and expediency, I wanted to see if there was anybody else who was going to help Sarah with watch.
I'll just carry Potter down below. Put him in his hammock.
I guess I'll stay outside.
Okay. Sarah's going to look to you, Far, then just quickly and say, "We're starting to get worried that you guys weren't going to get out of that thing."
Get out of what thing? The submarine? At least.
What's a submarine?
I don't know. I heard him say it.
Well, I weet it. I was always figuring out als Bob know what the fucking submarine is. The name was dropped.
Sarah says,
It's our yellow submarine.
I think the edge was yellow.
edge was yellow. Okay, so Sarah says to you, "Yeah, we were kind of expecting you guys to be here a lot sooner, or check in. Bayron was starting to get worried. I'm glad that you're okay.
Are you complaining?
Maybe a little.
That's a little low, isn't it?
Excuse me, we're paying you, remember?"
Fair.
Yeah. I'm glad you're okay, though. Legitimately glad that you guys, didn't die or only came close.
And of course we're okay. We have each other. Now I'm the muscle.
If you're the muscle,
Yes.
what's everybody else?
The other one's the other muscle. And then the third one's just a thief. Come to think of it, this group's a little messed up.
There's the quote for the day. Okay, so we'll fast forward this because you only need the one watch to get Jeddah back up. So Jeddah, when you come back to consciousness, the sun is now starting to rise.
Yeah, I'll immediately run over the Putter. and slap him with a lesser restoration.
All right then. So, as a result, Putter now just when you is it an actual slap you're gonna do?
Oh yeah.
As you do, he spits out this thick green slime of mucus that just all seems to come out of every whatever was in him. It just all seems to come out of the top, and just sprays out over across the floor.
That's gross.
Yeah, you're telling me I need a shower.
Well, there's an ocean right there.
Salt bath.
Salt bath. No, I need actual cleanliness. Thank you.
Yeah. I couldn't let you die.
What all did we get?
We got shit ton of stuff. We got 7,000 copper.
That's a lot of.
A lot of copper.
That's a lot of copper. Are we going then? Is that what's going on?
Oh, 7,000 was just half.
Yeah, 7,000 just
it's
half.
15,000.
Yeah.
I think so.
Just looks to Saris. Are you sure you're ready? Well, unless we're going back into Feymond. Yeah, I'm ready.
And I can't wait to use some of this copper.
Sarah says, well, I know that Dad would be really happy to get underway too, so I'll start getting going here. And she goes back above decks, and you can hear the ropes kind of being yanked and sails starting to unfurl and such. And then she calls back down. Oh, right. Muscle, are you able to pull up that anchor for me?
Yes. Then
and you do so.
Yes.
No problems. And before long, you guys are back underway. Hey, it's Raph.
Oh yeah, didn't I pick up an anchor last session? Like I took an anchor with me.
It was a bunch of you did. You took an anchor from that treasure room. After I forgot about that.
All right. Well, in my free time, I'm going to tie some rope on it so I can make a grappling hook.
Okay.
A grappling anchor, if you will.
Interesting. It's
Very
a heavy thing.
It is. It's gonna be very weird on usage.
Fair enough. All right, then. Making your way, you guys make your way back out into open water when Bayron comes back up and says, "Oh, so you are here? That's good. I guess we're heading out now. Yeah, okay, we're going. What all did you find?"
An anchor.
7,000 copper.
I will turn this into a grappling hook.
That's what you got. Okay.
And
I'm
other
supposed
things.
to tell you. To check back in with that family later on, when you get a chance.
Oh shit! I forgot about them.
I completely forgot about it. In fact, I don't even care about it.
Hold on, I have an idea. Can I try to? I'm not a druid. This isn't gonna work, but it's gonna be funny as hell. Can I try to lure a bird to land on my arm?
How are you gonna do this?
Jenna has no idea, so it's just gonna be like caw, caw.
All right, I'm gonna get you to roll for me an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Okay, cool. And I'll ask Bob for help once he's awake if this doesn't work. 16.
Oh wow! With disadvantage. All right. So, it's seagulls because you're not too far away from shore yet, and there's a lot of seagulls kicking around here. And yeah, they've already been landing on the top of the sail or on the main mast. They occasionally come across the edge or sit on the edge of the ship, and you just kind of waddle your way carefully over to one, kind caw, caw, hi, tuki, 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 caw, or whatever it is you do, and then. And then you do actually eventually get close enough to one of these seagulls. It takes a bit of time, but you do get it close enough to one of these seagulls
Okay, cool.
that you think that there's some sort of a kindred relationship there.
So I will write a quick letter just saying, hope everything's okay, and hope that this helps with funeral costs. And then I'm gonna put some of my share.
How much of your share are you going to try to attach to the seagull?
It probably can't be that much. So why don't I just do?
That's a lot of trust on a stray seagull.
I know. I'll get sending next level, but I'm not there yet. That would work way better. Balls. I don't have anything that's not heavy.
Well, there was gold or like gems
Okay.
in that pile, right?
Why don't I do one gem?
Sure. Okay. So, you create this strange little tube of out of the scroll that you're out of this little message that you've written up, kind of do a little string around it or something like that from your pack, and try to latch it to this seagull, who struggles against you for a little bit of time, and then looks down. But you provide it with like a few pieces of scrap food and waste for it to kind of gobble up while you're actually distracting it. So with a 16, it takes a while for you to kind of get this thing going.
Yeah.
The entire time, every once in a while you look over your shoulder and there's Bayron. It's like,
And I'm just like, just trust me, it'll work. And then I
she's serious.
try to point like back towards the village, to the seagull. Like, take it there. And I'll also put to the order of the family's name that I don't know.
Why'd you give it a gem? We could have given it some copper.
That'd be heavier. This was a bigger success rate.
How much copper would you plan to give? I was
Well, this
thinking
gem is about worth 50 gold. But again,
50. That's
my
crazy.
they
Could have
just
given
lost their
copper.
child.
So we lost many children back in where I came from. Every single day. Only the strong survive.
Yeah, but again, just an innocent child.
All I'm saying is that it doesn't cost a lot to have a plot for burial.
Jeddah, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception 14.
Just give me 1 second as I. Oh wow! Okay, cool. So yeah, you coax this seagull towards shore, and it flaps in the air a little bit, kind of kicking at its leg a little bit before it starts kind of doing a straight shot towards shore as well.
Oh yay, it worked, I think.
You think you can lure a chicken?
I could sure as hell try. I mean, I'm a professional animal handler now. I mean, I have Jeff the crab. I have Henry the seagull.
Henry the seagull.
Is this already a time that Bob is waking up, or?
Yeah, Bob will be waking up right around now.
You know I can talk to animals, right?
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Well, you would be proud of me. I talked to a seagull.
Us furbolgs can kind of communicate with little animals and with also plants and other stuff. It comes with our connection with nature, I guess.
Here, I'll write another note. Can you talk to another seagull?
Can I listen to what the seagull is shouting in the air? The one that you said.
The one that she tied
it's
to.
probably
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
it's probably cackling in the
Free
in the
money.
air. Yeah, let's go to the bar, guys.
You hear
Free
it,
money.
you kind of get that. They're very singular words that you get most of the time.
But
it's-
wait. It's my Furbolg thing doesn't mean I understand them back. It just means I can make them understand me. So I can whisper something to them, but they cannot talk back. Sorry, I was just confused a little bit.
Okay.
Let me pause it for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you could hear it kind of squawking as it's flying off into the distance. It does. It's the sound of a frustrated squawk.
It doesn't sound very happy.
Maybe we should send another note, just being like, "Hope you get this. Let us know if you don't."
Are you gonna use another gem?
Oh no, hell no.
Do the copper.
It is just dawn, right? So
Yes.
I could use magic if you'd like to send a message to them.
Ooh.
And then I will not. I need some prepare. I just need to prepare my spells. I was just about to.
Yeah, I need to do the same. I forgot.
And I will swap not only Earth Tremor with Enlarge Reduce, but also. Let me see someone else. Fury Fire. I will swap with Animal Messenger.
Ah, how nice. Okay.
So then I can really send a seagull for her to. Let's go what's like now. Very.
I am excited because this will be the first time I will have ever DM'd this particular thing.
Yeah, I also had a spell lately. I cannot remember which one, but somebody used something I never saw somebody use before. I really had to read it. Animal Messenger.
All right. And there are lots of seagulls that are just kind of hanging around the ship that you can easily press gang into your animal messenger spell if you wanted to. So what are you going to get this animal messenger to do?
So I use my I use a level 2 spell slot to take out a little piece of bread that I have on me, or maybe one of my fresh baked cookies, because also in the morning when I wake up I always bake cookies for my fellow party members, and cookies that even give you HP if you eat them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I put a few crumbs on my hand and make a seagull land on me. So you can speak a message to him from about 25 words, Jeddah, and he will tell that message to the family. Easy peasy.
So to be clear, this is a different seagull that you're sending this message.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
new
Okay,
one.
I got this. Hey.
That's 2.
Shit. There's 3. The first seagull I sent was super stupid. Hope this one gets to you. Gem on the way.
So they
Four
don't
more.
even get the first message. They just have to
Love.
assume.
And that's it?
Love.
Oh, I had more words.
You had 2 more words.
Oh
Love.
shit.
Love.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
the last one was
the
love.
last one was-
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh shit. All right. I think that was the message. Okay. Listen up, little seagull. There's a papa and a mama on the beach with a little kid. Right over there. You fly over there. You bring this message.
Hopefully the kids
Go.
don't listen to that mess.
And he flies away.
flies away. You feel fairly confident that it's probably going to get to its destination. Whether or not they're able to find the stupid seagull with the gem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And probably after like 10 minutes, I get like a message delivered.
Does it tell you?
You get
No,
the
I can notice when the
WhatsApp
magic. I can
notification.
notice when the magic ends. I guess. Would I notice that? Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
would say you would notice when that,
Yeah.
because well, it's not a concentration spell.
No, it
So I'm
isn't.
going to
But
say probably not. It's just happens, and
yeah,
you work under the presumption that they're going to find the target they're looking for.
right. Awesome.
All right. So, you guys are now making your way. I need to roll a weather check. Let's see what our weather is here today.
On the
Man,
boats.
yeah, it's a bit breezier. It's also, but the temperature is. You've had some really good weather lately. We'll just put it to you that way. And the sails are billowing in the direction that seems to give Sarah a bit of a smile on her face as she's directing the ship. She calls Jeddah over to do a little bit more training. You guys get to where, and you spend a good solid day out on the sea again. Um, Bob using that herb to make sure that you don't get too sick in teas or soups or what have you. The day goes largely uneventfully with all of you guys keeping watch as you can. Um, but what you also notice is, actually, you know what? Let's go for the who's got the who's going to be most likely to be watching out aside from Jeddah, because Jeddah's obviously going to be as she's captaining the ship, as it were. So,
Mostly below deck, probably.
okay,
I
Or
guess it's me.
no, not even below deck. I would say on one side of the deck at the railing, just keeping my dinner of my breakfast inside, close to the edge in case I need to throw up.
fair
And
enough.
because underneath it will be even worse when you don't have an horizon to look at.
That's true.
So
So,
I'll probably be watching out to the horizon. I would assume to the north side of the bay, because there is the forest where I come from. The
northwest, yeah.
the glacier blood forest in the north of the bay. Even though my people doesn't call it like that, but that's I can like scout the treetops to
Sure.
see if I recognize where my family is located.
Well, then
Thinking of home.
let's try this on
Question.
for size then. Yeah, go for it.
Did we take a long rest?
I hadn't said that you guys had officially. Mostly I had said that Jeddah had, but I was assuming that the rest of you guys had gotten your sleeps in as well. So, yes, we'll say yes.
Oh, okay.
For your long rest would have kind of ended part way through this journey, but it was a good solid day of journey anyway. So yeah, take your long rest.
Nice.
Okay. Then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, Jeddah, can I get you to roll a perception check with advantage because you're gonna have a few people helping you out.
19.
19. So with a 19, what you're noticing is that the water is, or that you're, even though the sail is fuller, the ship isn't getting a whole bunch of forward momentum like you were expecting. The coastline seems to take a little bit longer to get to you. You asked Sarah about it. She says, "Oh, it's because of the water flow out of the Timer River. It's going to be working against us a bit, but we have enough wind to be able to make it to get past it. So
Interesting.
it's longer to get in, even though it's somewhat closer."
Are we stopping by the village there, Sarah?
No, we should be going straight into Claymouth now.
Hmm.
And a few hours later, you're noticing that coastline is actually closing in, and you are now headed directly towards the mouth of a fairly wide river, about a mile and a half wide river. And started just working your way up to it. What you're also noticing is that there's some other ships that are coming in at the same time. Probably 2 or 3 other ships that seem to be coming to the same general vicinity as you guys are right now, too. There isn't much leaving, but there is certainly a few going up that river. And she says to
I
you,
have a question.
"Go ahead."
Didn't you make a big deal that this place is racist to orcs? I asked Sarah.
Um,
I was just about to ask the same about Furbolgs.
well,
It's a
and
town of racists.
She points towards to Sky and says, "Less them a little bit, but not like Feymond. Feymond is a completely different town. They're a little bit more open to learning in Claymouth. Feymond's not ready for learning yet.
Hmm.
You'll still raise some eyebrows, but so long as you actually, here's what I would suggest. If you are not even if you're not a follower of the Mystic Mother, pretend you are.
I don't know what the Mystic Mother is.
Oh, um, the Mystic Mother is like
A mother.
the main person in charge of the faith of Valalos. Uh, she's she's the big one. She's like, I don't know how best to describe this. She is Olalos's representative on Olivos. She speaks for Olalos.
I'm not pretending to believe in anything. That is unbecoming of me.
Then just don't act like you believe in Stiag.
Who?
This
Oh,
Stiag
wait,
you
wait.
would
Sorry,
know.
sorry, sorry, sorry. I got confused. I thought Stieg isn't like a person.
Stiag you would know is the main deity of the Monster Kind Nation.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll behave.
I
They'll be
can't
open to it, I
pretend
think.
either, because I have the best god ever.
Okay. Who?
The Traveler.
Sounds like a troll.
It does, doesn't it? Sounds almost like a cult.
Fuck all of you. The Traveler's awesome.
And Putter's gonna say, actually, I don't even know who Putter's. Oh no, I do know who Putter follows. Putter's gonna
Isn't
say,
it Stieg?
it's not Stiag. Interestingly enough, Putter's gonna say, it's when in Claymouth do as Claymouth. I think is what she's trying to say. Much like when in Seos do in Seos.
I just won't talk.
There better
Alright.
not be people pestering me over charity.
And there's, oh, I should hope not. I think they let you choose that, unless you've already done something wrong, which point you're forced into redemption.
Then that's not charity.
That's not charity. It's
What are
recovery.
we gonna? And Glaymouth is our final destination, right?
Claymouth is the final destination. Yes, I can't wait to get to the village where we can actually see people who can actually buy our stuff.
So how much are we gonna get paid again? I forgot.
I think Dad got you on the hook for like 50 each.
50 each? Are you sure? I think it was very low. Wasn't it like 10 GP or?
I think you guys, if I remember correctly, you guys actually convinced him up. It was Sarah that was going to do 10 GB because she didn't know any better.
All right.
Yeah.
That was for the group, right?
50 each, as I
Each,
understand. That's what Bayron
Very well,
said
right.
anyway. We
Awesome.
kind of have to spend some money, or we have to sell some stuff to make sure we
So-
can, recover.
yep.
But we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
So what are we gonna do when we come into this big city, guys?
Well, if you are willing, would love your help getting our stuff into our warehouse. Rephrase. I think Bayron's paid for you to help us get our stuff into the warehouse.
I'm not so sure about that, but did he tell us that? I ask around.
Well, I don't think so, but we'll do it.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll join the collective.
How much further up the river do we need to go?
Well, and as you say that, you look up, and what you now see on the horizon in the distance seems to be this metropolis that seems to be growing out of the river. And it is a walled metropolis, even from a distance you can see. And you can also see this fairly large structure kind of on a hill in behind this large wall. And so now you realize, okay, well, that's got to be Claymouth. It's big. As you get closer and closer, it continues to expand inside your vision. You get going up this river, which is taking a bit of work for the sails to actually counteract the flow of the Timer River. Um, that's when you get closer to the city, and you can see that the walls actually stop at the very edge of the riverbanks, or right on the riverbanks, and on the sides of these riverbanks are large statues after a fashion. They're both feminine humans, um, probably about what did I say? Like three, what would be like the equivalent of 3 stories tall, all of, with their hands gestured out in kind of this welcoming feature. One thing that you guys all notice is that the whole thing seems to be made of a light gray kind of stonework. The eyes of both of these statues are gleaming purple. Um, there are also towers on either side of these statues as well, right beside each one of these statues, and you can clock right at the top of them that there is a couple of what looks to be ballista on each of these towers as well. Kind of trained-ish on the river, but not actually pointed at anybody in particular. Certainly not following anybody in particular. Just kind of there, and you can see some guards up there as well. Looking off to your left, there's no trees. It's largely just grasslands, and you can see that there is a path that foot traffic can use to get into the city, and a gate further off to your left. But you're not worrying about that because you're going straight up the river, right up the gut, into this city. And so you get past these statues, and you can see off to your right and to your left a variety of different structures. Many of them not just wooden frame structures, but there's a lot of stone or like wattle and daub kind of things, buildings that dot the entire vision off to your right hand side and off to your left. And looking off to your left as well, you can see that large structure looks to be a massive cathedral of some sort. And then getting a bit of a glance with 19 perception, and with you guys kind of pointing certain things out to one another, you can see, you're noticing how the different villages or the different wards of the city become fairly immediately known once you look past certain buildings right beside you, and that there is some wealth up nearby that cathedral. There is some open space behind it. There's more warehousing to your right, and so on and so forth. You're making your way up this river to a point where Sarah starts to kind of pull the helm, turn the helm sharply, and pulls her. She's got this wonderful contraption where she could just actually pull on it, and it folds up the sail quite nicely, and just says, "Quickly tie that up for me." And you could feel that the whole thing kind of lurch to one side as it turns towards. Actually, it's going to turn to the right. It turns towards a series of docks, and you can actually see that there's docks. Even though the river isn't as wide anymore, it's only about a mile wide now, but it's still pretty wide and can fit a number of ships in here. There's docks on the left and there's docks on the right, and the reason why she's turned in, now that you're looking at it, is that there's a bridge that her ship would not be able to get underneath. A type of footbridge. Good, seems sturdy enough, but her ship would not be able to get in there. And many of the ships that you see in the dock here would not be able to get underneath that particular bridge. You do see some smaller vessels that can get underneath that bridge, kind of moving back and forth, but largely this is the stopping point for larger ships like hers, and hers isn't even all that large. So she makes dock, and you guys help her tie things up immediately. And one of the guards, you can see, and you know it's a guard immediately because they're still wearing that exact same azure shield vestment that you've seen at some of the other communities. These ones look a little bit more pressed and a little bit more brightly colored, but they are definitely still shields nonetheless. Coming up to the ship and saying, "All right, who all we got this time?" And Bayron comes down and starts having a conversation with them. And Sarah looks to you guys and say, "So our warehouse is just up the road there. You can... Bayron will direct you, I suppose. What are your plans after that?"
Here's the interesting thing. We have no idea.
Well, speak for yourself. I think I need some new paddings for my armor.
I don't think I've seen this much stone together. It's like I don't feel the connection to nature at the moment. But
Yeah. It,
I'm
it,
also
it
still
has that
looking.
effect.
I'm also still looking for a certain item. I hope they have it here. So shopping
Well,
it is.
if there's a place to find it, it's going to be here in Claymouth. Probably. At least between now and a long distance away. Well, we'll be. If you're interested in shopping, you might want to just head out to Gelder Village. That's where we're going to be setting up our shop as well. And there's lots of things there. Gelder Village. You go across that bridge. It's over on that side of the river, and there's a few shops that you can check out if you wanted to. If you want to get some pottery, then yeah, I would certainly wouldn't mind selling you.
Are there magical things?
Magic. Oh, there's plenty of magical items in the city. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of magical items here. Um, they're carefully controlled, but they are here.
Perfect.
You sell pottery.
Yes.
Can you make explosives?
Oh, I can't make the explosive parts, but I can make the pots that they go in.
Do you have powder for? Yeah, materials. No.
No. Generally speaking, people come to me when they want to have they come to Dad when they want to have a particular container for something that they can use for mining or explosions or something along those lines.
But you don't sell the explosions themselves.
No, you'd have to go to somebody else for that.
What's the point of a pottery shop then?
Well, teas and cookware and sometimes just decoration.
Back in my tribe, we can use anything to kill.
Well, you could use a frying pan to kill, I'm sure, too. Although it's not really what it's built for.
No, you have to sharpen the edges first.
Right. I think
Um,
and she just turns and walks away.
there is the matter of our payment. We have we've escorted you safely to the harbor of Claymouth.
And Bayron will
As
just make his
told.
way make his way back on the ship. Yeah, escorting all our equipment into our warehouse at the very least. We'll have the shield take care of the warehouse once it's there, but let's start loading up, and payment will meet you at the warehouse.
Right.
Don't forget to take your own crates too, the ones that you got with all that
The coins.
coin.
Yeah, I'll have to exchange that.
And so over the course of the next, I'm going to say it's about an hour of you guys unloading things, and it's now very much getting close to nighttime for you. But you are able to do so, and he does provide you with the 50 golds worth of payment, each of you, and says, if you're in town for a while, check back in with us. We'll hire you for taking things back to Roria.
What? In how many days are you leaving again to the south?
We'll be leaving around the harvest. It's around the end of the harvest, so it's about 2.5 months.
Or 2.5 months, all right. If we're still around, we'll how do you call it in English? Swing around.
We'll
That
bounce.
We'll bounce. We'll skadoot.
Yeah. All right. So, the city is now yours. You have your payment.
Okay, you said it was almost nighttime.
It was. Yes.
So it's 50 golds each, right?
That is correct. So go ahead and add 50 gold
Awesome.
to your, to your sheets.
I will look around for an inn to stay for the evening.
All right.
I'd also like to buy some bomb pots from these guys.
Sure. What kinds of things are you hoping to buy, and how much are you thinking you're going to spend?
A kind of like ball shell.
Okay.
You're
The
back,
best
guys.
example I can give is that
It's okay.
it's those Turkish kind of like bombs they made long ago. It's
Oh, yeah,
circular
yeah.
and then it's like layered inside. So that kind of shape and I don't know ceramicness.
Yeah, and it won't be ceramic, it'll be metallic in nature, but they'll have something
Metallic.
along those lines. Yeah,
Metallic. Okay, fair enough.
yeah,
And I'd like to buy 3 of those.
sure. So there'll be about well, for 3 of them, she would probably charge you about a gold for all 3 of them. No, sorry, 2 gold for all 3 of them. The and yeah, they're largely brass in nature, so that it kind of a darkened brass, not a strong gold type color that you would get from it. It's like it's been a kind of a weathered blackened brass. But you do have these 3 things for you.
All right. So, and what else do they have?
They have all sorts of cookware, and it's pretty close to all metallic, all of different types of these brasses, irons. Um, one of the metals you've never seen before is kind of got a black sheen, or sorry, a little bit of a shimmer to the blackness of it. But they're all very dark in color usually.
All right. I guess that's it. Then I would go to a. Is there some sort of mining, or wait, is who else is going next?
I don't know. Sorry, try that question again.
Who's going? Who's supposed to go first? So I'm not stealing anybody's turn.
Oh no, you carry on. Go ahead, and we'll get through everybody.
Okay, so I want to go to like a mining space or something like that, mining shop.
Okay. Let's see here.
Or any place that would sell explosives.
Explosives. Okay, roll me an investigation check. Actually, before you do that, you know what? I will come back to you for just a quick second before you, completely split my party without the party knowing what's going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Jetta, you said you were gonna go look for a inn or a tavern of some sort.
Yeah. I think first I would see if there's an armory.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead and roll. Then I'm gonna get both of you guys to roll for me an investigation check.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Yay.
17.
That's
So
good for me.
for Frar, making your way around this area is already a bit of a trick because people are noticing you. And so when you go to try and search for somebody who's going to have some sort of explosive materials, uh, you already have a tough enough time just kind of making your way through without being kind of caught off guard by how many people are just kind of pointing or just speaking quietly, speaking about you beside them. And even when you go to ask somebody if there is such a place, they're very nervous about talking to you about anything along those lines and just suggest to you the smithy. Um, on that note,
An orc
Jetta,
asking
you also,
around for explosives in big city.
yeah.
These
Jetta, you take
newcomers
that.
walk in. They're like, what the hell?
Jetta, you take that hint, by the way, of all of these other people talking to Frar about the smithy as this is potentially a place where you could go for some sort of armaments. And so you could you could find yourself toward, they teach you or talk to you about the Fritz Forge if you wanted to go there.
Okay. Sorry, I meant more like clothing.
Oh, I see.
Armor. I'm sorry.
Clothing armory. Gotcha. Okay, so when it comes to clothing, they suggest to you the iridescent braid, or if you're looking for something a little bit more unique, they suggest the chapel.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. And then, but you're able to get a lot more information, even with your darkened skin tone, than Frar is. Frar has got a bit of a foreboding disposition simply by size. Sky, what would you be looking for?
You said it was late, so I was just after, of course, being tired of hauling all those cargoes and pots and pans and pottery to the warehouse. I would be looking for a place to sleep and just do my shopping in the morning.
Certainly, and you're able to find as you're kind of
The
walking
question
around with
is,
these other two.
of course, an inn that is Furbolg and orc friendly, which would be probably easy to find in a metropolis, or can we
Well,
can we see it like
certainly
a multi? Is it a place where a lot of adventurers come as well, or?
the docks for sure seem to be a place where you see all sorts of different backgrounds kind
Right,
of making their way around here. So
then we'll find an inn not close to, or not far from the ship.
that's very true. In fact, it's probably only a couple of blocks away from the warehouse where you walk past while watching what Frar and Jetta are also doing.
I'll
Where you
just
guys
walk
walk
along
past,
with them if they need groceries to do. I'll just walk along.
but you do clock as you're walking along a location called the Sore Sea Dog, which presents itself as an obvious inn of some sort.
I love those names. How do they always come up with them? The Sore Sea Dog. Should we just look in and see if they have good chowder and a place to sleep? What do you think?
Wait, you're asking me?
Yeah.
I'm asking the group. Yeah. After
Wait,
you did your,
Sorry, I
so
wasn't
you did all
sure what
your,
location I was at.
Yeah.
You guys are all kind of traveling together.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm just walking along with with all your groceries, and asking after if we should go to the Sore Sea Dog.
I'm thinking of spit roast. To change up from the
What
chowder.
did you? A spit roast?
Yes.
Oh,
A
yeah.
nice spit roast. Pork. Maybe a whole cow.
I don't really eat meat, but go ahead. Whatever keeps you warm.
And a
All right.
big glass of water. I have to stay hydrated.
Or
All
where
right.
you want to eat. And we should find a place to sleep. It's getting late.
Yeah, that is true. I could
Yeah,
go
I
for
still
some
haven't
ale.
gotten my things for bombs.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a very good idea to ask around for bombs. Maybe you should let Jenna do it, or maybe me disguised or Jenna disguised.
No,
Yeah.
no.
We can use magic to be like a random stranger and then buy bombs in a big
But I'm
city.
not asking for
Oh, you're
I'm
asking for
asking-
explosive powder.
I'm asking for materials for bombs.
Well, that's true. But still, it's you who's asking, so.
Yeah.
If you can get them for me, I won't brush up the help. I don't like talking to these people. They whisper things.
Well, if the shop is still open, let's do it now, because then I still have my magic to use.
Remember,
I can only disguise myself once a day, so.
I need explosive material and shrapnels.
Explosive material, shrapnel. Got it.
Poison for extra.
Extra spiky.
Yes.
Is the,
Bob
ware-
eventually
Easy on
ready-
the mail.
is the warehouse still open at this time, or
The warehouse or the inn?
the warehouse where we buy the explosive and the spiky stuff?
Oh, yeah, that was what Frar was looking for earlier on. You could try to help him find it if you want. Give him a help action.
Yeah, that's what I meant. People are saying no because he's an orc, right? That's basically it. That's why you cannot find it. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
will disguise myself as a commoner, just a simple bloke.
It's a really tall bloke.
Very a little bit lower. And I will lower my height to like a clean 6 feet, and a little bit less broad, slender, long dude who looks. I will make him look a little handsome as well, so that it will be good on the negotiations. Like a very friendly baby face, no harm in his expression, as I will buy explosives.
Ah.
Shrapnel.
Alright.
Shrapnel.
So noticing all this, as you're trying to set up your disguise, you're also kind of trying to pay attention to the kind of people that you see around here. More often than not, what you see are some tanned colored um, uh, humans, elves, have elves along those lines. There's are other races, but those are definitely the more predominant races. Um, and you're surprised at the number of people who have red hair around here. There's a lot of redheads.
I will
A
make
lot of
myself a
blondes.
ginger.
There you go. Baby
I
An
think
face
this
with an
ginger
afro,
human.
of course, a little afro, red afro.
Love it, love it. This is what I want fan art to happen right now. Okay,
And I will
so
go in with
oh, it's not.
with a lame story that I have pests in my backyard and I need to get rid of them.
with
I need
grenades.
explosive and shrapnel. Explosive and shrapnel.
No, with
To set a
poison
booby to
shrapnels.
set a booby trap for the rats in my garden. That's my lame story. I will roll a deception check.
Go ahead and roll a deception check,
Oof.
and then
Oh,
roll for me a. No, you know what? We'll just leave it like that. They definitely don't think that you are um, speaking truth at all. It's totally lame story, but you do get one person who suggests to you that the chapel might be your best place, at least in the docks, and you'd have to go to other
chapel?
wards.
The chapel. Okay. Well, for some reason the chapel is selling explosive for our. I don't know why.
Oh, it's and
That's
he'll
where
say,
you need
"Oh,
to go.
it's not really a chapel. That's just what they call the place.
Oh, I see.
It might have been a chapel at one point in time. It's not anymore. It's just a store."
The store is called the chapel. All right. Let's go
Yeah.
over there then.
well, it's time to brush up on our faith.
I have an hour on my disguise, so we can.
All right, so you guys make your way with the directions that you've now acquired from this one friendly person who still didn't care whether or not you were lying about why you were getting explosives. To get to.
Okay, I don't think he really cared because he sent us to where we can get explosives. So.
Right, yeah. So you get
You think-
direct yourself to this building. It's a wooden structure with when you open up the door, you are greeted with this large. It's not too large, I guess I should say. It's probably around 30 feet in spacing here. The rafters are open, so there's not much of a roof. It's a kind of an angled structure on the roof, and you do see that there is a half-second level up where you can get the sense that there's something else happening up there as well, but it's not so much of a store in this space. So even though he said it was a store, it doesn't give you that sense. The interior here is really, really open. There's no wall. There's not much for walls. There's a couple of tables on one side and a couple of chairs, and you do see a few people in here, and these do not look like commoners. These look like hardy folk, and they look particularly tough. And when you guys step in the door, they all just kind of turn to you and stop what they're doing.
Not they, of course, because I would not have brought Frar because the orc should not be. There's the
There's the
There's
explosion.
Apollo.
explosion like 2 minutes after. Oh, Nopper, thanks for the follow.
We got the explosion.
Thanks for the follow, Nopper. Appreciate
Exactly what we're looking for.
that.
I would have gone in by myself, disguised.
Yeah, but they'll still all kind of pause and look at you all the same, disguised, awkwardly.
I'll just walk to the counter.
There isn't much of a counter here.
Churchgoers.
Oh.
There is no counter in here.
So I was referred here to, like, purchase some shrapnel and explosives to get rid of a pest problem I have. Am I at the right address? They said I should be at the chapel.
And one of the people who comes up to you is a dwarf. So already feels slightly unusual, but this dwarf, about 3.5 feet tall.
Uncomfortably, I will bend over face to face. I'm 6
Light,
feet high.
yeah,
What are you
she's
saying?
kind of gruff looking, wearing armor already as well. Red hair, kind of these amber colored eyes. Looks up to you. She's got this tattoo across one eye that actually looks like it's a giantess kind of hurling a boulder, and the eye is the boulder. And she is very well muscled, and she kind of barely fits inside her arm. She says, "Yeah, you're looking for explosives, and they sent you here. Well, apparently it's working, fellows." And just kind of turns to the back, and all of the other people just kind of yeah, whatever. She just kind of turns to you. Not much of a shop here. This is usually where people go to hire others. Sometimes we have some funky things here.
What kind of things can we hire you for then?
Almost anything you like. We are the ones that can find people or find things relatively quickly, or if you need things delivered.
Murder people.
Depending on the person. It's not so much murder when you're told to by the Mystic Mother.
And I hold a hand and I point to Potter.
And Putter's gonna look to you and say, "Oh, so this is a mercenary guild." And she's just after a fashion, Belifra, at your service. I am the de facto leader of the disciples.
I am Bob.
Are you're looking for?
This is Farrar.
Oh, so they're all coming. You're now bringing them all in.
Oh wait, I was alone. I forgot I was alone.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Seeing that it's a mercenary guild, yeah, Jeddah would already be in there. She'd be like,
Are we
"What do you
there or are we
do?"
not there?
You can.
Let me
be
just
in
call
there
in
if
my
you want,
friends then. Guys, you can just come in.
Okay.
It's the wrong
looks-
address. Wrong address again.
Yeah, she
Did you
looks up to
find
you
it?
and says, "Oh, you've got quite the crew. Hey, you're not looking to hire. You're looking for work, aren't you?"
And I'm looking for explosives.
Oh, we were looking for explosives.
I see. Yeah.
Don't ask me why. I don't even know.
Now I know
Alright.
exactly why.
And she kind of turns to behind her and says, "Any of you guys got some powder or anything else that can go boom?" And
And shrapnel.
one of the other people in the back just kind of says, "Didn't we already use that on that trip out to the high mounds?" Shite. Yeah, you're probably right. Your best bet then kind of turns back to you guys. If you're looking for something for explosives, it's not going to be here. If you're looking for work, this is the place. And do you guys have a place to stay?
But aren't you the guys who get hired and are looking for work yourself? Or
Here's the deal. The guild is growing, and we're always looking for some more people, particularly people with skill. And so if
We
you're
killed
looking
a
for work,
beholder.
really, roll a persuasion check.
And then if we have the stock, I would pull it out and prove it.
Oh yeah, then with advantage.
that was
Okay.
the reason I wanted to bring one.
18.
Yeah. Holy shite. Well, usually I put people through a bit of an audition, if you will. But that looks to me like quite the audition already. Just, can I have a look?
Yeah, go for it.
It just kind of looks.
We got poisoned and threw up a bunch of stuff. It was gross and awesome.
It's
You got poisoned. And I was fine.
I think the other things poisoned that, didn't they?
it's
Those are the exploding things.
yeah, it looks like it's been dead for years, centuries perhaps. You sure it's?
It was a zombie beholder.
New persuasion.
Yeah, new persuasion.
It's like so you're changing the story. It was older now. It was a zombie beholder or something.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll it.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Fuck.
Uh-huh. All right, well, you can have this back, but I think we'll still put you through a little bit of an audition, if you will. But if you're interested in doing the work,
Understandable.
you once we get the jobs in here, I send you out. You show me your work. Show me
Do we
what you
get to
can
kill
do.
people?
Probably not for an audition.
Okay.
And
for
explosives.
For an audition, that might actually be the thing you do, is find explosives.
Perfect.
I could be convinced to do that if you found
Once
enough
again.
explosives for whatever it is you want to do, and then whatever it is that we might need in the future. Sure,
Our
we'll call it back
missions
your
are
audition.
aligned.
We'll keep it in mind.
Perfect.
We'll find you explosives.
So you have a place to stay.
I like this person.
Not yet.
Where are we staying, Bob?
Well, I saw like an inn that's called the Sour Seagull.
Oh yeah, the Source Sea Dog. It's a
Sea
nice
Dog,
place.
sorry.
It's a nice place if you got the coin for it. But if you're looking for, well, we
want
have
something a
we
little
have
more rough and
cots.
tumble.
And Putter looks to you and says, "No, we are not. I am looking for a shower,
I'm going
and I'm
to
looking for
go
a
beside
bathhouse."
Putter, and I'm gonna like grab him the back of his shirt. I said, "Yes, we are."
Then Belifra is going to say to you, "Well, if you need a place to just be without having to spend a ton of coin, your payment is doing the jobs around here. So take a little bit off of the pay, but give you the cots upstairs if you want it."
We'll take it.
Do you know any fighting rings?
Oh yeah, out back.
Ooh.
This is
Yeah.
the best inn ever.
I know. I feel like half of the party is excited on this one.
Putter,
Wait, we're
Putter's gonna
staying
say-
here.
I am not staying here. And he just turns around and walks out.
And I will cast Charm Person.
I let him go, I guess.
You're gonna cast Sharp Person on Putter?
Yep. Wait, Potter, wait. Just for the
I
night.
have to roll that.
Just
Actually,
for
you know
the
what?
night.
I got some people in the chat. Maybe the people in the chat want to do this then. Let me set this up.
We'll have to get him in bed in an hour, within the hour, otherwise the charm is over. And he'll leave
Let's
again.
see here. Let me get this set up here for you. Where is my roller? There we go. I need the value to be 20. So here's what you do if you're in the chat. I am going to get you to roll a d20 for me in the chat. It is exclamation point roll and then 20, and you're going to roll for Putter to see whether or not he saves on the charm person. I'll type it in here as well.
DC 14.
I got to put a space in it. Yeah, got to put a space in it there, Nopper. And what is his?
There we go.
There it is. Oh no. There's the roll. Nopper just rolled a 7. What's this? It's a charisma saving throw, isn't it, for charm person, or is it wisdom?
It is wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah, so that with a 7 on the dice, and he rolls a 9 total with Nopper's help. And so he totally fails on the charm person.
I put my
And you
arms
just kinda-
around him and guide him towards a bed. And make sure he is in bed within the hour. So that he sleeps till morning and only then realizes that he slept the night here.
So yeah, the lift kind of directs you up the stairs to that half-second level. It's like a loft, and there's already a few people who are already sleeping up there, and you just plop them on a bed. There are enough beds to go around, and you're all able to make yourself. Now, you're in a mercenaries guild, so while you're putting Putter to bed, what are you guys gonna do?
I will
Fight
sit.
club.
I'm gonna fight.
I will stay with Potter to guard his stuff while he sleeps.
All right. All right. So you're staying up there with Putter guarding his stuff. I also am going to do a quick retcon as well. I'm going to say that you've made an arrangement to keep a corner of the warehouse for your stuff, so your crates are in the Solera warehouse. Just to be clear about that too.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm not going to have you guys lug around a crate everywhere you go.
All right.
I don't think that makes sense. So, but
Okay, so we can like assume like we have a locker that is
Yeah.
locked.
basically, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I got this like
New safe house.
Yeah, okay, safe house with people we don't know or trust yet. So that's why I was gonna sit there,
Yeah,
thinking like
makes
you don't
total
want to get
sense.
robbed in the night.
So you want to do a fight club? Is it going to be the two of you guys are going to just blow off some steam, or are you going to try and rope somebody else into it?
Gonna rope as much people as I can.
Tell me how you're doing it.
Why don't we be on a team so I can heal you? And then we fight against other people. Like maybe a 2-on-2.
I think that would work.
All right. Let's see here. Let me get something set up here then. This was not something I was planning for, but I'm here for it. So just give me one moment while I get something set
Welcome
up
to
here.
D&D.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
You should have expected this from me and Jeddah.
We're the two shady.
Is Dottie also in Claymouth still? Jenna, or
What's that?
is Dottie also still in Claymouth at the moment?
Oh, she
No.
would be in the Feywild.
Oh, they jumped planes.
They did
That
jump
group?
planes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that would be
Alright.
weird if I ran into my other character.
Yeah, I can recall you were in Claymouth at the start.
I have this overall vision and hope, just so you guys know, because I also have another in-person game going on that might see you guys cross paths. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, you're gonna actually. That's exactly what I want in offer is. I want you to roll for some of the people who are gonna be fighting Jeddah and Frar. So, so Frar, tell me what you're gonna say to people to try to convince them that they should give you guys a bit of a to blow off some steam, as it were.
Try your hand at defeating two of the most unique participants in this establishment. An orc from Stiag, and a... What are you?
Stir.
I'm a drow. I don't know
A
where I'm
drow.
from.
From nowhere.
Oh.
And but now by this point in time, the dwarf that you've already met, she kind of looks to you and just looks. Well, I guess that's one way to get started. All right, it's just no killing. That's all I care.
And only bone breaking, I understand.
Sure, something like that. And roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Can I give him advantage?
Yeah, because you're standing there beside him doing this. Okay, so
Dope.
16. So with a 19 on the persuasion, there's this somewhat slender-looking fellow who he's got himself a sword and a shield, but he is and he's got himself a chain shirt on. He kind of looks to you. It's been a while. Yeah, sure. Let's go for a bit of a spar.
Are you joking with me?
Am I supposed to be?
You're small. I could easily break you in half.
If you could catch me. And Belifra looks to him like says, "Oh, that's funny right there. No, I want to be a part of that. I want to see this happen. So I'm in. I'm totally in on this too."
All right, you want to make this a build kind of thing? Fine.
All right, yeah.
Don't
Let's
cry
do this.
to me afterwards.
There'll be no crying except for yours. And so she starts. Let's go outside, and opens up a back door. And what you see in the back is a tall fence so that people can't easily get in. It's got some, as you would call it, shrapnel on the top of the fence to kind of protect people from being able from climbing up and over and in or out maybe you don't know which way it is. And there's a few different obstacles in here. There's an archery target on one side. So it looks to you like this has been set up specifically for a little bit of hand-to-hand experience and practice. And the sun is low at this point in time. You can see just the bottoms of the clouds have got this little purple sheen on them above your head. And so it's getting kind of late too as well. So Belifra kind of says, "Okay, so let's what's the weapons of choice for you?"
I'll use my fists, lefty and right.
For you.
I have a rapier, but
Well, then here's the question: weapons or no weapons? Because we have training things if you like them.
What fate do you choose?
I choose weapons.
Fine.
I
Then I'll
like
use
this
my
person.
axe.
All right, and she kind of gestures you towards this weapon rack where it's all just wooden weapons, obviously used for training. A couple of them are kind of nicked up, but you're easily able to find a rapier. She pulls off a what looks to be a kind of scimitar kind of thing and a dagger, and the other
Ooh,
fella puts his sword down and actually pulls out a spear instead.
is there a flail?
There is something that looks kind of like a flail. It's a wooden ball as opposed to a proper metal ball. But yeah,
Okay, I'll take the flail instead. The flail and the shield.
okay. So all of these weapons are going to roll like regular weapons. It's just that they are all going to automatically go non-lethal,
Got it.
basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I cast Bless, like, on our way out?
Let's see here. I need to look something up here real quick.
It would be on Ferrari and I.
All right.
Oh, wait, what
Uh,
does bless do?
It gives you a
roll me
D4 on attacks.
roll me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. Ooh, in that
Okay.
case, I'm just gonna take
And-
a great axe.
Nopper, I'm gonna get you to roll for me a perception check.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Ooh, +3.
Oh,
Decent.
yeah, you can totally do that. You can
Sweet.
totally do that.
Okay.
Do I
Mark
am
off
I
that
aware
spell
of this?
slot.
Am I aware of this?
You feel something kind of, the muscles kind of relax on your shoulders just a little bit, but you don't necessarily. You're familiar with having been blessed before. This kind of feels like it.
Motivation.
Yeah. So and yeah, you're able to cast this in a very discreet way so that nobody else notices. And just as you finish off doing that, Belifra pulls off her scimitar and her dagger and looks at you and says, "Oh, I guess I should ask. Are any of you magic users?"
No, but
No.
I've decided I'm a great axe user,
All right,
and then
fine.
I trade my weapons for a great axe.
I'm a
instead.
rogue.
You're a okay. Well, we'll just have to test that one, there, little lad. Okay, so let's roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll out one. I'll ask Nopper to roll out one as well for me. Nopper, you're gonna roll for Belifra. And anybody else in the chat, you guys can all jump in on this too if you wanted to.
Oh. At least I'm last, so I can heal you if anything goes wrong.
All
That
right,
is true.
Bob, you're watching them as they're just all setting up, by the way, out there. Anything in particular
No,
you wanted to do?
I'm at Patter, so
Yeah, but you can still see
I'm
out a
looking.
window at the top if you want.
It's a good thing I got this situational motivation.
Belifra and random dude. I don't have a name for him yet. I'll come up with a name for him later. But okay, that's a nice one.
How many feet away is the fight?
It is down from you. It's probably around. Well, the back field is probably only about 40 feet long. So you can put. Yeah, go ahead and name them, Nopper. You could put them. It's easily pretty close to everything is easily within a 60-foot range.
All right.
And this one here, I
Good to
rolled
know.
pretty okay. I rolled as well. Wow, I rolled better than both y'all. Ah!
Damn.
All right, so you guys all get yourselves set up. So we're gonna get Nopper to. It'll be a human race, Nopper. We'll get you to roll one out for Belifra's first attack, I think. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So Belifra is gonna stand up, and the dude that Nopper's gonna name here is just gonna be, kind of sitting. They're just both kind of be sizing you guys up and say, which one? All right. Yeah, I agree. And with surprising agility and speed, she runs up beside you after after you guys do your preparations and knocks and such. Dashes beside you, Jetta, and gives gives a long flourished swish to attack you, and with a she's gonna have that's a 10 on the die, but it's does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
So an 18 hits for what's scimitar? Let's go with it didn't roll it. Why didn't it roll it? Let's try that again. There we go. Plus 5, so 11 points. She gives you a really solid whack across the back.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
11 points. And then offhand, you can actually feel a little jab come in from the dagger. This one I'm gonna roll. This is actually no, it's offhand, so we're gonna do that. And 11 is not gonna hit though, is it? So she goes to swish at you with her dagger. It kind of misses, and then runs away as well to give it a bit of space from you as well. Because now when she runs away, you kind of look to see where she goes, and you totally didn't see her get away from you. But then you look across the field, and there she is.
Sneaky.
You're a rogue, and she says to you, "You're a rogue, really?"
Yeah.
The other dude, we're gonna get Nopper to roll this one here for you too. Artie. Artie's his name. I appreciate this. So Artie is gonna come at you, Frar. Go ahead and roll for it. For me, please, Nopper.
Come on.
Oh, okay. That's all right. It's good for story. So, with an 11 to hit.
I riposte.
Oh, okay.
When a creature misses your attack, you can use your reaction to spend one superior die. You can just do that. And great axe. Oh, seriously?
Oh, and that one. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you
Wait,
knock
okay.
him away, and you swing at him, but he does this little duck and kind of it moves around your great axe instead.
I will destroy you.
Only if you can get me. Ha. That'll bring us to Frar's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna attack. Does a 12 hit?
Who are you? Are you attacking dude again? Artie?
Dude, yeah.
Okay, so you're attacking Artie, and no, it doesn't hit.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use action surge already.
Okay. You're going to bed here soon anyway. You can do what you
come
want.
on.
Got 13? No, 13 does not hit.
God damn it. Okay. Let's see.
Does that kind of end your turn?
No, hold on.
Oh wait, he has bless.
Oh,
Well, that's right.
I
He
do
does.
have
Roll your
bless.
blesses on there.
What's the bless
Sorry.
again?
A D4 added
Yeah,
to your
roll.
rolls.
Yeah, roll a d4 on there. That
So
still
that
doesn't hit.
is
On your first one, on your
15.
12, that still doesn't hit. What
What
about
about
on
the
your
13?
roll again for your bless on the 13? Nope, doesn't quite hit.
God damn it. Okay. I guess that's the end of my turn.
All right, that brings us to Jetta then.
Okay.
This is going really well.
Yeah, seeing Frar just horribly miss. I'm gonna do something a little risky because it could get us kicked out, but I'm a magic user, so I'm kind of
This is
stuck.
what you do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna run over to the random dude. You said
To
his name was
Artie?
Artie.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for doing this, but I'm gonna act like I'm going in for a rapier attack, but I'm actually gonna like reach out and grab him and cast inflict wounds.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. 14.
It's an attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does not. You try to go out, and he just kind of parries you away with his shield.
Oh bless.
Oh, bless.
I am blessed. 16?
No. Yeah, that actually does hit. You just go he goes to parry you with his shield, and you just graze his shoulder.
So that's at level 1, since it didn't specify 11 necrotic.
Holy shit! You're gonna kill him.
And he just kind of falls on the ground.
Oh,
Oh, you killed him.
did I kill him?
Shit.
I'll heal him later. It's fine.
Right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with. We need to see if Belifra was able to discern what that was. So we got to do another. Yeah, but Nopper, we got to get. They may have killed Artie. Yes. So I need you to roll to see if. That was not the right type. Roll call. I need you to roll to see if Belifra noticed it, because it is going to be Belifra's turn. Oh yeah, she noticed it. And so she's going to, actually, how would she respond? Let me look something up here.
I
Okay.
am. She will not see it.
She will not see it?
No, I'm guessing in my my channel points to make you fail.
Oh.
All right. It wasn't. Here's the funny thing. I agree with Nopper. Nopper rolled the 15 on the dice, not the DM. But I will make my next roll an auto fail. So, whoo. She's still gonna see. However, she is going to. Yeah, she's gonna say. She's just gonna actually kind of stand back and say, "All right, you're gonna pull out that bullshit. Then we're gonna have to reassess this a little bit."
Reassess what?
This, and she takes him. She immediately starts running at you, and hang on a second. I gotta look something up here for her. That was the wrong button. This one here. I'm gonna look something up. Make sure we can do this right. Where are we? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I want you guys to roll a perception. Oh shoot! I forgot. Nope. She's gonna fail. She's gonna automatically fail on this. So she's gonna try and hide behind Frar. But you're gonna clock her the entire way. But she's gonna run around Frar to get a good access at Jeddah and to go for a couple of solid smacks. She does not hide from you, despite her attempt to. That's the part that she's failing. Okay, so we're gonna go for a. Nopper, go ahead and roll for me another d20. Let's see how this attack goes. What's your DC, by the way, Jeddah?
AC, so 17.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to hit. This is a 23 to hit.
Yeah. That hits.
And she is going to hit you for... Oh, I got a 1. 6 more points of damage. But she's also going to go for her offhand. So we're going to go for... I'm going to roll this one.
Okay.
This is... Yeah, that's the one. 24 to hit. So this time with her dagger, she's able to get you for oh no, there won't be a plus 5. Sorry, it'll only be a plus. No, actually, it would be a plus 5, and the 6 damage should have actually been a plus 8. Or plus 8, not a plus 5. So it'll actually be 8 plus 3. So 11 more points of damage from what I've already told you.
Damn.
So she's given you a good solid what for. She's already used up all of her activities, so she's now just going to prepare herself for whatever's coming her way. She is in range for both of you, though. And Artie Has to do a death save. Go for it, Nopper.
Oh. But what if we use him for negotiation?
Oh god.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
was weird.
assuming she's trying to kill us.
That was weird. Why did it do that?
Wait, can I sense her murderous?
Try again.
Her murderous need or something?
Well, this
She
isn't
has
murderous.
She is
There we
a
go.
murderer.
Oh no. Okay. So, that was 2 automatically. That was a nat 1, and therefore his 2 fails, 2 death save fails.
Oh no!
Artie's in bad shape.
Oh
Frar,
no!
go for it.
Murdering this poor guy.
This poor guy.
He just wanted to blow off some steam.
The only thing he blew out was his life.
Yeah.
Frar, it's your turn.
Okay, I guess I attack her. Come on.
Go for it.
18. Does that hit?
Does not hit.
Does not hit? What?
Does not hit.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
plus.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
got.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
with a bless, it's gonna hit.
Constitution.
Yeah,
Constitution save for me though.
yeah. With a bless, it will hit. With a bless, it will hit.
Will
So
hit. All right. I would also like to do a grappling strike, so that
Okay.
is 15 damage. And
all right.
grappling, so I'm guessing athletics check.
Yeah, that would be true. So let's roll that out. Nopper, I'm gonna get you to roll this. This is way too much fun having you do this right now. Let's get you to do a roll call. There we go. I want to see what happens here. This is a. Oh, and you rolled an 18 as well, and she's got pluses on that. So that beats. She beats you on it.
How? Does she?
She rolled an 18 on the dice, and she's got a plus 2 strength. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, she beats your athletics.
Damn. This lady's powerful. Okay, I guess that's the I mean, is there anything else I can do? That's the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. All right, then let's go to Jetta then.
Okay. Is she looking pretty beat up after that?
Hang on. I got to do a quick thing here to check that out for myself. Oh, I want to do it this way. That is. Okay, sorry, I just had to figure that something out there for her. She's hurt. She's hurt, but she's not completely beat up yet.
Can I? Am I in melee range of her?
Yep, you are.
Okay, that's actually not good. I'm trying to figure out how to get my duplicate in my place so I can back up. Balls. So I'm looking rough. I'll cast.
You'll cast.
I don't want to
Nab?
use one of our. I don't know. I don't want to use one of our potions, but it's all I have as an action. That's not a spell.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying to think.
That's all right.
I'll just buy another one afterwards.
All right.
I'm gonna down a potion of healing.
Okay.
My action. So that's, I'm trying to remember, 2d4? Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. I can just press it.
All right.
So, double ones! You gotta be fucking kidding me! So I get 4 hit points back, so I'm at 7 now.
Wow.
And I'm getting pissy, so I'm going to do spiritual weapon.
Oh.
I'm gonna whip it out.
That's a wonderful way of saying it. Thank you so
Yep.
much. Okay, so what is why are some of my things not working? Anyway, go ahead and roll your attack with your spiritual weapon.
Okay.
What is it today?
Oh god. Against a dwarf.
Has to be
A
something
mustache.
short. Oh,
Oh, that's a good
a
idea.
mustache.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mustache. I have no idea why, but we're going with it.
I mean, a beard is dwarfy.
All right.
Oh
And
yeah,
Beard, roll your attack. See if you hit.
Fuck!
That does not hit.
Fuck me. I'm guessing bless wouldn't even help if I rolled a 4,
No,
so I won't
definitely
bother.
not. Yeah. Where are you actually located right now, Dick?
Between the legs. Okay. Where am I located? I mean, I'm assuming I'm
In
near
the
her.
world. In the world, I mean. In the world. Now Nopper's asking where everybody's from, and I keep on saying you're from the Philippines, and I know that's. I know you're.
Okay.
Fill me in.
I'm in Bahrain.
There you go.
From
There you go.
It's near Saudi Arabia.
There you
Small
go.
island.
Bahrain.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, we're kind of from all over. Okay, so, yeah, none of that hits. Does that end your turn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. That's going to bring us to Belifra. Let's roll Belifra's first attack. That's you, Nopper.
Roll,
Oh,
roll.
darn. That's not going to hit. That's a 13 to hit.
Yay.
All
Is
right,
that
roll.
on her or on me?
That was on Jeddah. Right now she seems to be fully targeting Jeddah. Let's go for one more. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if her dagger can do a bit of damage. Nat 20, baby.
Fuck.
Nat 20. So this will double this dice, and
Counters. Just kidding.
I don't think that you're going to be able to get past this anyway because she's got a hell of a modifier.
Probably not.
So the dice doubled is 4 plus 5, so 9 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
And at this point in time, Farah, you notice. Oh no, she can't do that because she already used that. So, you notice that Jeddah goes down, and. All right, you notice Jeddah go down, and immediately.
I have an important phone call, so
Go for it. Immediately.
Joel, next week
Belifra's
if I'm not back in time. So
sounds fine. Thanks, Guy.
All
Appreciate it. It is your turn, Farah.
So
Oh,
I'm
I
not
gotta do it.
motivated
Hang on.
anymore.
I gotta do a death save. I gotta do a death save for Artie.
Oh, darn.
Fail. I don't know why I'm rooting for that.
Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for a fail too, just to see what happens.
Here it comes. No! Guy dies.
Oh, no!
I murdered a man.
Artie's
Oh,
done.
this
We
is
were in the city
interesting.
for 3 hours.
is
I murdered
interesting.
someone.
Frar, go ahead
Very
and
interesting.
roll for me a. No, Frar, it's your turn. Go ahead and do it.
For killing or
You're-
for just normal roll.
What are you doing What are you doing? Jed is down. It's just you and Belifra now.
All right. Does that hit?
That does hit.
All right. I'd also like to use grappling strike again.
All right.
So that is 8 plus 4,
That's 12 points of damage. Ooh, she's not looking great.
11.
Oh yeah. Let's go for. We got to get this athletics check going.
Come on, please get less. Wait, do I have the blessing? I'm guessing I don't have blessing anymore.
No,
I'm
blessing is now
unconscious.
gone.
right.
Okay. Hang on. No, she does not succeed this time.
All right, nice.
You're able to get your hands on her.
Yeah, I'm gonna chokehold her,
All right.
and that's the end of my turn.
That's all right. She's not looking all that great. Jeddah, you are non-lethal because she smacked you with a wooden weapon. So
Okay,
you
so
don't
I'm
have to
just
worry
seeing
about death
butterflies
saves.
right now.
That's totally it. Yeah. But Belifra, let's see here. Oh, I didn't do that properly. Okay, but she's grappled, so she's got to break free first. So let's get her to break free. All right, Nopper, break her free for me. Roll me an athletics check there, Farrar. Oh!
Nat 20!
Yeah. She's
Tap
not able to
out.
get 3.
You already lost. Tap out or I'll break your neck.
She's like,
Can I use an intimidation
Fine.
on that?
no, she's not.
Okay.
She's just automatic. She's just doing. Fine.
All right. I'll let her go and say,
I told you.
She switches around and attacks.
"Oh, shit."
Yeah, we did kill our friend.
All right.
All
no
right.
mercy.
We're back in, and she is attacking. Here's the crazy thing. I haven't been doing her properly. There's actually a lot more going on here for her now. So, Nopper's gonna roll, and I'm gonna roll because she now has advantage. And whichever one of us rolls higher. So, let's see here. Nopper rolled an 18.
That hits.
And I also rolled an 18, but Nopper rolled 18 on the die. I rolled a 10 on the die. So this is definitely going to hit. This is going to be a little bit of damage for you, sir. Okay. This will be 1d. Uh-huh. That is... Oh, I rolled a 1. Are you serious? Fine. 9 points of damage, and she's going to go for another attack here as well. So, same thing again. Nopper rolls again. I roll as well. There we go. Okay, so Nopper rolled.
Oh, shit. 22.
Oh, yeah, no, that's going to hit anyway. So, Nopper, if you roll me again. Why did that not work? There we go. Yeah, mine was a little bit bigger this time. So, that is... Yeah, so this is going to be some more damage to you. 4... Okay. And 9 more points of damage as she swishes the scimitar, smacks you on the shoulder, and also catches you in the gut. And then she rolls herself away and does this weird little dance move, and moves 15 feet away. Or sorry, 20 feet away from you. Too fast for you to be able to respond with an opportunity attack.
Okay.
It's you.
I'm going to use my second wind and get my health back.
Yeah.
Please roll, gods. Please. Okay, 10.
Nope. Oh, yeah. So 10 points of health. I was thinking that was an attack. That was my bad.
Oh, no. Then I move up to her and attack.
All right.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's a miss.
We got 1v2'd or 2v2, 2v1.
Is that your turn?
That's the only thing I can do, yeah.
All right. Well, then we're going to do this again because she's got her fun little rakish audacity that we get to use. So that is you again, Nopper, as well as me. Oh, I hope I roll better than Nopper this time. Does the 17 hit you?
17, yeah.
17 does? Hey, good, because Nopper actually rolled better than me, and that was a 17 on the with the modifiers added to it. So I rolled like crap. Okay. 9 more points of damage. And we're going to do it all over again here, Nopper, because we've got an offhand weapon that we can still use. There we go. There we go. Oh, and Nopper got the nat 20. So this is going to be a doubled on... At least it's on the dagger. Let's be real about that. 1d4, and it'll be a +5 on this, doubling this dice. So it is 2 times 2 is 4, +5, so 9 more points of damage to you. And she does the fancy footwork thing again and steps away.
Damn.
She's now standing beside an archery
Holy
target.
shit! This is
And
actually
she looks to you,
embarrassing.
and she looks to you with a very stern expression, points to you and says, with the dagger in her hand,
I'm going to kill you. And then I stomp over to her and attack again. Come on, please, 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 please. Are you serious?
Oh, no!
No! Oh no!
We're
As
gonna get our
you
asses
swing-
handed to us.
As you swing with such force that the head of the great axe stays back there, and the handle snaps away from the head, and you are now left with nothing more than a stick.
Shit. Guess that's the end of my turn. I mean, what else can I do? Till I get my multi attack.
She's kind of pissed, so she's gonna go for you again. All right, Nopper.
God damn it, Nopper! You're supposed to help me.
Okay, so Nopper put a 15 on the dice, so it's definitely gonna hit. I did not roll better than that, so let's go with 96 and 8. This is 11 points of damage. How are you doing?
1 health.
Oh, so if she hits, you're down then, hey?
Yep.
All right.
I mean,
Nopper?
I'm on 1 health now. Is
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, so Nopper, let's go for it. There we go.
What level is she? Curiosity wise.
I can't tell you that.
Can you tell me afterwards?
I can tell you after you're done working with them. All right.
All right.
Nopper got
We
a
can't work with them.
18 on
Okay,
the
that hits.
dice. So, yeah, it's just a matter of whether or not I get a nat 20, I guess, really. Oh, that didn't work.
89.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
God,
Ignore
18.
that. I typed. That's a typo. It's Nopper's roll that we're gonna use. So here comes the damage. It's gonna cause damage to you anyway. So another smack across the face, and just to tip you over, she takes her dagger because she sees that you're just kind of like woozy. Points the dagger to it. Puts the flat of the blade of the dagger to your forehead, and just knocks you backwards into the archery target and knocks you out that way instead.
Well, no, actually, I have relentless endurance. When you are reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead.
So you're down to 1 hit point, but you are now prone in front of the archery target. It is still your turn then.
Does it cost an action to get up?
It takes 15 feet of your movement to get up.
All right, I'll do that. She's close to me, right?
No, she danced away again.
How far?
She'll be about 15 feet away from you.
15 feet away, and I used 15 feet to get up. So I'm gonna go over towards and try my luck again. Come on, rolls. Since my axe broke, right?
Your axe broke, so this is now all fists.
Oh, fist. Can't I use it like a spear and then use my trident weapon?
You could try that, but your trident isn't with you right now. You're not armed with your trident.
No, I'm using the stick like a trident.
I use it like a spear.
Yeah, use it like a spear.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have this spear thing. I don't know how.
Spear is a strength-based weapon. So if you are skilled or if you have proficiency with a spear, it'll be your strength plus your proficiency.
Oh, that's fine. I have proficiency in all weapons.
There you go. So it's basically going to be kind of the same attack anyway. That does
That
not
doesn't
hit.
hit, does it? Are you serious? Come on, man.
Wow.
This whole game has been low rolls.
All right, Nopper, we get one more try to put him down. We may as well do it.
Come on, Nopper. You have to roll shit. Please, for me.
Watch it be me that rolls the nat 20. Nope.
Please,
I
both
got.
of
I
you
did.
roll.
I got a dirty 20, which was better than Nopper's roll. So it is gonna hit. It's gonna knock you down again. And you only had 1 hit point, and she just
Alright,
kind of
time-
comes up to you and flat blades your face.
All right, I guess I just get knocked out.
So we're just
Drop.
laying there like,
Yeah.
Yep. And Bob is watching all this from the top level, and she turns to look up at Bob, and says, just points up and beckons him down. And that's where we're gonna end for the week.
oh god.
All right. Well, that's interesting. We killed someone. I wonder what the next session's gonna be.
I know, we
too.
committed murder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, I think that's pretty spicy for the story.
No
Yeah.
kidding, hey?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is
No
it,
doubt we have
guys.
to do something about that.
Yeah, no
Are we
doubt,
going to the
indeed.
gallows?
Oh,
You
even
might
cooler.
just
That would be so dope.
be. I
Yeah, that would be really dope.
I now have a whole bunch more work I have to do to prepare for that because I wasn't expecting all of that to happen, but whatever. Okay. Guys, thank you very much for joining us this week on this major roleplay session. Thanks, Nopper, for doing a lot of the roles.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. And you know what? We're going to see you guys all back here on Friday for this campaign. We also have Tuesday's Witchlight campaign. We also, and that's at the same time, 6 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time, which is around noon GM time. At 2 p.m. GM time is when DM Dak runs his Ghost of Salain campaign. And then the Curse of Strahd campaign's done. So there's nothing happening on Thursdays right now, but there will be a Zelda-based campaign there. And then I'm back again on Friday. So thank you guys all for joining.
I do have a question. Is there any other campaigns that are gonna be played soon? Because I actually want to join another one also.
I've actually been thinking about starting up a series of short campaigns, almost Adventures League kind of style. But I'm not there yet. It'll be about a month before I'm ready for that. So,
All right. So there is no other campaigns currently.
Not currently. Not at this point in time. But if you want it, just keep your eye open in the Discord. I'll be putting those messages out there.
All right.
And yes, same time on Friday, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. That's in the North American world. But it's on GM time. It's just noon GM time. So Greenwich Mean Time, as it were. All right. Well, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you all again next week.
All right. See
Peace
you.
out. All right, so we're actually going to go and raid somebody here as well. I've got Friendly here, who is doing a League of Legends game right now. They've raided us before. We're going to return the favor. So here we go. Let's go raid some Friendly here. Drop some, if you've got the emotes, drop some of the emotes from the channel while you're at it too. Cheers, guys.